everyone, this is husband and wife Lopez from the Lopez Garden, and today, what are we going to show them?
So we're going to show you the compost mixture that we use. This is how we turn a commercial product that usually doesn't have very much as far as life in it, and we basically turn it to, in my opinion, it's not exactly the same, but it's very close to turning it into as if you made your own compost.
Okay, so the first things that you're going to do, that product over there is soil, right?
No, this is compost.
This is compost?
Yeah, none of this is soil. We're
okay.
Creating soil.
Well, it just says garden soil. That's why I'm asking.
So this is actually a compost that came from, it's very common to get at Home Depot. This is the Kellogg's Organics brand. This is the one that I like to use. This is my favorite. It has chicken manure, worm casting, bat guano, which is the stinky stuff, so when you get it, it kind of stinks at first.
That's why we're using gloves.
Yeah. And it has lots of wood chips. So this is for trees, shrubs, and roses.
So I know it's upside down. Sorry guys, that's the way we opened it this time. So there you go. So that's what it says. It's the Kellogg Organics, all natural garden soil free, and well, as husband said, it's not really soil.
So the problem is that when you go to big box stores, they have the compost laying in the sun that basically bakes and cooks all the bacteria, the beneficial fungi. One reason why I do like using this one also is it does have a lot of white rot, which is very good for trees and for other like vegetables and stuff like that. Now it has a low microbe. It doesn't have as many microbes as it would as if they stored it right.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna make it favorable to have more microbes in it.
Right. So what I use is I buy a very high quality compost here in California. This stuff is great. This is biodynamic compost.
It's Malibu compost.
From Malibu. Biodynamic Booze Blend biodynamic compost. This is a very high, it has a lot of microbes in it, including high in fungus. So this is also what I use for my teas when I brew composting. And then I use half and half. Half are from our worms compost, and then half this tea.
So technically, that's a very good composting soil. But the microbes have died because they don't store it properly. So what we do is we use this to complement it and add the adequate microbes to the other one, right?
Right.
Okay, and now what are we going to do?
So as you can see, the one reason why I like this stuff, so see how woody this is? This is the type of compost that you want to put on top of your layer of your fine. You want to. What I usually do is I'll take a fine compost like this, maybe, like the Malibu compost, or I'll get a nice organic fine grade potting soil, and I'll use that as a layer on the bottom, or I'll put manure like chicken manure, a mixture of both.
On the bottom of what? Of the whole pot?
No, not the whole pot.
So it's the soil first, and then the manure?
So this is what you're going to put on top of your soil.
Okay.
So you put this on top of your soil. This goes on top of everything. After you're done, this is your dressing. And this is what you continue to put on. So this goes all the way in the top once you put all your soil, then manure, then anything else you're going to put there, and then this. Right. Okay. And this is the woody stuff that you want to use. In my opinion, I've noticed that if you have a wood, it has a more higher fungal content. So I think it does better in keeping disease away. If you notice, a lot of our tomatoes, the bottoms aren't dying, they're not rotting off. We do have diseases, but they're not soil related. But they're not really soil related all the time. Sometimes we'll occasionally get it like everybody, but it's very rare. Yeah, mainly because we have a very small confined place, and then we can get things from other plants that are close by. But this is a way that you can do large amounts of compost, because this is pretty cheap. You can get this like $8, and this is for 3 cubic yards. And if you have a big space, or you have large beds, or if you have like you need to do your whole tree area, you can buy this pretty cheap.
And about how much is the Malibu compost?
That's about $8. The Malibu is $10, but you don't use a lot of it.
Okay.
You're just using like maybe 2 handfuls for every large amount.
Like how many?
For a 5-pound bucket full, you'll probably use maybe 3 cups.
So like 1/3 of that, and 3 cups of this?
Yes.
More or less?
So it'll be a 5-pound bucket, we'll say, and then you use 3 cups for every 5 gallons of...
But 3 cups of what? Of the Malibu compost?
Of the Malibu.
And then how much of that?
That's 5.
5 cups?
No, 5 gallons. So 5.
Oh, the whole bag?
Not the whole bag.
Okay, so you fill a bucket. I'm just asking because not everyone knows. So you fill a bucket, a 5-gallon bucket with that.
Right.
You fill it out.
You fill it so like about that much. So what is that, 2/3 of the way?
Okay.
And then you put your 3...
Your 3 cups of the compost.
Right.
The Malibu compost.
And then just mix it in.
Okay.
This is really full of a lot of microbes and fungus, beneficial fungus. So you're just using that to inoculate it.
Okay.
We also will mix azomite in there. This is our azomite, which we've used quite a bit this year because we were planting our fruit trees. This is a 40-pound.
Usually we buy a smaller bag, right?
No.
No?
Well, it usually lasts us all year, but it's not going this year.
Okay.
Because we use so much.
Yeah, we have new trees, so like lots of trees.
And then you can also put other things we want to put in there, but these are the main things that we're always adding.
Okay.
So every time we put a layer...
Azomite, the composting soil, and the Malibu compost.
Yes. And also we will be adding, because we're having whitefly problems, this is crab meal from SD Hydroponics. We found it there. Gave us a really good price, and we're going to put this in our soil. This increases the chitin bacteria, which brings a certain flavor to vegetables and other trees that sucking insects like aphids, whitefly, and other sucking insects don't like the taste.
Okay, so this helps to bring that taste or to avoid those bugs?
So they go away. They just don't like to eat it.
So this product is basically just to shoo sucking bugs away.
And also if you have nematode problems, when talking about parasitic nematodes, it also helps to keep them away. They don't like this too much of this in the soil.
Okay, and that's going to be all the way at the top, or you're going to mix everything?
Actually, everything gets mixed in.
Okay, so now we're going to get to the mixing?
Yes.
Okay, so what size is that bucket?
This is about 2.5 gallon now. This is going to be a little bit stronger because we're putting this in our tomatoes, so we do use a little bit stronger, and we're not strapped for cash as much.
So how much are you going to put there from that?
Most of it will be all this.
So you feel like about half of it, 1/3, 2/3?
Almost full.
Almost full?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was a 2.5 gallon bucket. You can get them at places like the 99-cent store, really cheap, obviously.
Or the dollar store.
Or the dollar store. And as you can see, almost to the line, that's where we filled out with the soil first. Or not soil, but the composting with the lack of minerals and beneficial organisms. And now you're going to put about...
I'm going to put 2 handfuls.
2 handfuls, okay. That's from the Malibu compost.
And as you can see, it's very fine. They want to find a very fine compost. They have another one called Buffalo that they sell online quite often. And it's very similar to this. And then azomite.
Now, how much of the azomite are you going to put there?
About half a cup.
Half a cup, okay.
Yeah.
And then the crab meal.
Yeah.
So how much? How much of the crab meal are you going to put there?
About a cup.
A cup? About a cup? Okay, and then you're going to mix everything together.
And then you just mix everything together.
So what do you like to use for that?
To mix it up.
But what is that?
I don't know what this thing's called.
You just said 3-pronged thing.
3-pronged rake thing, I guess. I don't know what it's called. Okay. If anybody knows what this is called, please write it down below. And then you just mix it up. And then after you're done mixing, just put it on the soil.
On top of your soil, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be like your layer on the top?
Yeah.
Even if you have plants or before planting things?
Oh, well, I usually do it. This is the finishing. So after I plant everything, I'll put this on top.
Oh, so you don't put this while you're planting something, but after you have planted something?
Yeah, just after. Right after. And that's it. Thank you for watching.